right, guys. Good morning. Is my audio even set up? No. Here, let's set it up. How about now? Now you can hear me. All right, here we go. Excellent. All right, now we're good. So basically, I was saying there's a lot of news this morning, and I was scrambling just to throw tickers at the top of the watch list here to make sure I covered the news stories. So have some patience. We got to go through this carefully, and we're not going to make our top picks till the end of the show here. All right. So if you're looking at Google, Microsoft, SMCI, and NVIDIA, that doesn't mean anything just yet. All right. So let's get started. First, the schedule. Today at 12 p.m., what do we have at 12 p.m.? Yes, at 12 p.m., we're doing a show with Tuttle Trades, Chris Tuttle, fundamental analyst. We're going to be covering Drio, Grill, CYH, and REL. Okay, all of these have had recent catalysts that could be very impactful and could give you great trade ideas on all of these. Okay, Grill, another news item came out this morning. We'll talk about in just 1 second. That's 12 p.m. 1 p.m. we have our update that's open to the world. All right, at youtube.com/story trading. 2 p.m. we have FOMC decision. 2:30 p.m. we have the FOMC conference call presser. And then 4 p.m. we're on Zoom, interactive Zoom here for our VIP members to discuss whatever you want to talk about. We'll also be looking at earnings happening after hours. So action-packed, very busy day. Now, by the way, in terms of FOMC, I don't think it's going to be impacting my trading too much this morning. And those of you coming from Rex's room knows his bullish, and I'm kind of basically bullish as long as we're over the 20 DMA, which we are right now in the QQQ, and as long as RK is over the breakout levels I covered last week, I'm still bullish. I don't have time to cover those now because we have so many stocks to cover. So, okay, as far as earnings last night, the two big ones, Google and Microsoft. Google's getting the better reception because a couple of reasons. First of all, PE is lower. It's about 22. There was a lot of fear going into this that Google search would lose revenue and lose traction because of ChatGPT. That didn't happen. Microsoft, a little higher of a PE. And they said the AI monetization is going to take longer than one might expect. Okay. So that's why you're seeing the opposite reactions in Google and Microsoft. I have both of these in my IRA. I'm not worried about them long term. Google, we were in acutely for a trade, not for earnings, but we actually had some call options on Google because we're playing the sympathy of the Microsoft monetizing Office. They wanted to charge, I think, $30 a month or maybe $50 a month, whatever it was, for the AI features of Office. So we figured Google's going to do the same thing with their competing products. That's why we're in it. So thankfully, we're going to make some money on those Google calls, but it's probably going to be offset with a bunch of other things here today. But in any case, so that's the news on Google and Microsoft. Let's just look at the technicals real quick. A key level here on Google, it's really the 52-week high, which is at 129.04. I think as long as we're over 129.04, man, that's a breakout. Look at this. I think this thing is headed back into this range up here, like the 130 to 140 range. I don't know how quickly it gets there, but definitely very bullish, very low PE. Business is really good. I think it was up at 9% year-over-year growth on revenue, something like that. So things are looking good at Google. Microsoft, important that's below the 20 DMA, so 33, but they got a lot of good things going for them. A little bit of disappointment in terms of how quickly AI will ramp up. I saw a little bit of maybe disappointment in margins, but overall, it's still fast-growing, healthy company with relatively low PE. So I don't anticipate this breaking below the 50 DMA. I have a very hard time seeing that. So I think it's a relatively safe stock to be in still. Now, I want to talk about SMCI and NVIDIA today. I have these again at the top of my watch list. I was making an observation last night when Google and Microsoft were surging, especially during the conference calls. They were talking a lot about AI. And then you saw big moves in NVIDIA and SMCI last night as that was going on, as they were talking about AI. And then Microsoft guidance came in and it just reversed. It went from like 350 to 334 in a flash. When Microsoft reversed, it took the QQQ down with it. It took a lot of tech stocks down with it. But at that time and after hours, the gains held in NVIDIA and SMCI. I like to read through price action like this because it gets me into the psychology of the other people in the trade. I want to understand what other people are thinking. And what I gleaned from that is that people were making a judgment saying, okay, well, Microsoft is taking time to monetize AI. But guess what? Guess who's monetizing it right now? The people they're buying the technology from. NVIDIA, SMCI, basically the picks and shovels plays. So I saw that pre-market, post-market action, and that made me convicted that today you may see more money flowing into NVIDIA and SMCI, but people who are like short-term thinkers, like Microsoft not making as much money as we wanted to from AI. Who's making it now? What are the pick and shovels plays? It's SMCI, NVIDIA. So I know we're down right now in SMCI and pre-market, and NVIDIA is lower than it was in after hours last night. But I get historically I've done well analyzing, putting together market price action with commentary and then gleaning from that the market psychology and the sentiment. That's something I've done good at. So we'll see if I'm right about that. But I'm still very bullish on SMCI and NVIDIA. We covered this yesterday. They were both in the top 5 and they both did really well yesterday. So we'll see if they make the top 5 cut today. All right. Now, some other things to cover. Man, let me skip over Identif for 1 second. Vickr, we made a mistake. We dropped the ball, execution-wise on this, unfortunately. They had a huge earnings beat. I mean, here it is. 38 cents beats 19 cents. Massive. Sales, 107 beats 98. Normally, we would just jump into something that has that big of a beat. And we're following this because this is also, they are a supplier to NVIDIA. So they may have some, an AI boost here. So, well, we did jump into it, right? And but unfortunately, we got shaken out, and we actually lost money on a trade that's now 18%. So we screwed this up. Okay, we got shaken out because after I bought it, I noticed that their backlog was dramatically down. And then I saw a comment on social media that, the reason they beat on earnings is because they pushed all that backlog forward. They did all that business in Q2, so they're able to beat, but there's like no business in Q3. This stock should be down huge, right? So that we got shaken out. We missed making money on this. But, and the reason the company is giving of that situation is because they're awaiting some big AI product release. So no one's making new orders until that big new AI product release comes out. That was their excuse. Last night, the market didn't buy it. We got shaken out. Now, this morning, the market's buying it, and there's an analyst out there with a $75 price target. Not only that $75 price target exactly matches the 200 DMA. So, listen, it's tough for me because actually we screwed this up. We were watching it. It was on our watch list. We were in quickly. We lost money on it. But looking at this, it looks like it's just a magnet to that $75 today. And, we'll see what happens. So, all right, that's the story with Vickr. All right, I want to draw MicroStrategy here to your attention. We had big move that we missed in UPST yesterday, recently in Carvana, and these were both sparked. These are highly shorted stocks, and the big moves, like 20% moves in one day, were sparked by huge analyst price target increases. So this morning on MSTR, it's not a price target increase, it's an initiation from TD Cowen, $520. Now, I don't know MSTR well. I know it moves with Bitcoin because of Michael Saylor investing a lot of money in Bitcoin. But could this be another situation today? UPST didn't move until the market opened yesterday. So MSTR is open 26%. Like UPST was kind of flat, and then boom, it went up 20% right when the market opened. So MSTR up 26% short with a price target of 520. Can this one, right at the market open, do a big move up towards like 462 or those recent highs? It's possible. Okay, I don't know. We'll come back to it as we try to rate the top 5 here. All right, some other news out here. ACLS, a new stock. I didn't know, it was never on my watch list. Why it hit it is because Wolf is on my watch list. Wolf is at Silicon semiconductor company that's doing the big build outs for silicon carbide for electric vehicles. And ACLS doing some shipment to Wolf related to this big silicon carbide. You see that SIC build huge investment, $6.5 billion investment Wolfspeed is making in ramping up silicon carbide, and ACLS is part of that. And some equipment they shipped to them was enough to be material this morning. This is a $5.8 billion market cap. So this potentially is a catalyst that can move up the stock today. That's ACLS. Tilray, another one, I just talked about Carvana and UPST, where I think it's like a crap company with terrible fundamentals. this morning had a catalyst. They put out news of revenues beating. They're trying to say positive things. I think there's a lot of chicanery around this. I don't trust the numbers at all and what they're trying to sell us. However, it's in the gap here. It's above $1.93. It's highly shorted, although much less than I imagined. 11%. I thought it would be more. So now that it's in the gap, maybe 230s or target up there. This is highly risky because I don't believe in the fundamentals. I could be wrong about it. You can take a look at the catalyst and determine for yourself if you believe them. They're talking about a big increase. 184 revenue beats 153. They're talking about, EBITDA improving and things like that, and cash flow. You can take a look at that. It's a long statement that you got to really analyze. But for right now, we're in that gap fill zone with a possible $2.30 target. I do want to note that Mace had unusual pre-market action yesterday, unusual action. And is this already? So, okay, this is a penny stock that was presented to us by someone in our community last year. Mace, that's the company that sells like the little things that you spray people with, self-defense product, right? And this thing just like, it's a great brand and it's like surprising. It's just been crashing. I don't know what's up here. I'm just bringing this up because there was unusual action. Again, is this today's action or yesterday's? It is a little unusual, so it's just on my watch list. That's all. All right. And then Gamer with some news, another penny stock with some news that could be significant. It's a 2-cent stock, could make a move. It's on the watch list. We're going to watch it. Neither of these are going to make the top 5. Okay. I told you about today at 12 p.m. We're covering Grill, CYH, Rel, and Rel on the show at 12 p.m. show. Out of all of the, Geo had some news this morning. Pretty interesting news. I don't think it's enough to turn things around. All right. Grill, however, Grill I like here, and we actually bought some at $1.28 in pre-market. So recently they had this good fundamental news on revenue and earnings that just came out like yesterday, a couple days ago. And then today they're saying they're doing a ticker symbol change, a name change. Very often that's a catalyst, especially for when you're in a situation where companies seem very undervalued, right? They seem misunderstood. And then there's a rebranding. Very often that's a big catalyst. People get excited. It's like, oh, fresh beginnings. People don't understand this company. Now it's going to be fresh beginnings, new ticker symbol change, rebranding to Sadok Group. It is going to be a new ticker tomorrow. This is one of the stocks that looks very fundamentally undervalued. We're covering at 12 p.m. I'm actually probably going to make this one of the top 5 or 6 for today with that ticker brand change that they're talking about, GRIL. All right, TDOC, I wasn't so impressed with earnings. I don't know why it's up 8%, to be honest with you. It was basically in line. And Snap, everyone knows that missed. Okay, Costco still is going to be, we initiated that as a long-term swing, and we're going to keep that. I really like the chart there. So let's move costs. Now let's start playing our game here for the morning. So let's get cost higher. Let's get Grill much higher up on the list. Okay, now let's see what it looks like here. Okay, so Google, let's see. I gotta put Google and NVIDIA and SMSI up here, SMCI. All right. Grill, we talked about. Microsoft, I forgot to talk about Identiv. Okay, I'm going to talk about INVE in just a second. I forgot to tell you about the news on that. Let's see what this looks like. Google, NVIDIA, SMCI, Grill. You know what? I'm going to take a chance here. I'm going to take a chance here and put Grill number 1. We've had so many great picks recently, like smaller cap picks that have just exploded. Like, remember what was 6 on our list yesterday just exploded. Man, and then they had an offering in the middle of the day. STKH, right? STKH was number 6 yesterday, and we just had a great day. I have a feeling about Grill today. Let's move that up there. So we got Grill, Google, NVIDIA. Hard to buy the gap. What are you going to do? Like buy the gap in Google? So let's think about that. NVIDIA, SMCI, Microsoft trying to reclaim the 20 DMA. That would be brilliant if it did that. That would be very nice. Okay, and then cost continuation. All right, look, I got to put Vicker up here, even though I misplayed it, and I'm kind of sad about it. So, but the Vicker to $75, that's the target. So we're going to put that in here somewhere in that top 5 or 6. And now let me tell you about, let me just move ACLS up a little bit. Let's get it into that top tier and Tilray into that top tier. Close to it anyway. And then I want to talk about Identiv. Okay, this is starting to look good. So Identiv, INVE, had some news, which seems pretty significant here. Now, you can't buy it in pre-market. It's 7 by 9. factory, but now production has started in Thailand, which triples their production. That's huge. Triples their production of their RFID products. I went back and I looked at everything it's caused. This is a company we've interviewed the CEO many times, so we're familiar with this company. They had a nice earnings report here on May 5th. And the analyst came out with an $11 price target on June 26th. So that's explaining all that price action there. Now it's pulled back, right? It basically came back to like this gap fill area after that analyst price target increase. And now they're saying they're tripling production starting in the Thailand factory at the 200 DMA. I'm really liking this as an entry here. It can't get it in pre-market. You got to wait for the open, maybe around 806 or wherever, 790 to 806, something like that. And maybe this can be like a longer term swing on this catalyst and off the bounce. I really like this positioning here, but more for a swing trade rather than expecting a big move today. So let me move INV up. I like the combination of pillars on that we just discussed. All right. So man, we got to whittle it down a little bit more, right? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got about 8 or 9 stocks here right now, and we'd like to have it more like 5. And we forgot about MSTR that could explode in the morning. There's a lot going on this morning. It's going to be difficult to really pin it down to what our top picks should be. So let's try. All right. So, man, Microsoft, nice rebound. Look at that Vicker heading towards that 75. Unbelievable. All right. All right. This is what I'm going to do. Okay, what we're going to do is move. Vicker is making that move. It looks like there's a little bit left. I mean, it looks like 75 is destined. So got to move that up, maybe for a quick move to 75. So Grill and Vicker, and then MSTR. Okay, let's see. I want to put MSTR up here a little bit higher. How are we going to do this? Okay, MSTR, ACLS, Tilray, and Identiv. Oh, we got a lot today. All right, so what I'm going to try to do is this. I mean, we're kind of already, we have exposure to Google, NVIDIA, and all of you probably should or do, right? Google, NVIDIA, SMCI, Microsoft. So these aren't really even like plays for the day in my mind. So let's kind of focus on what could really outperform today. And I think we got 2 up there with Grill and Vicker. So what I want to do is move MSTR up there potentially. Grill, Vicker, MSTR, ACLS, I don't feel good about. INVE, I really like those pillars on INVE. And let's move costs up here with the big caps. And then, yeah, this is about right. We'll move Tilray's in there, but I don't like the technical right this. Now it's coming together. All right. Now it's coming together. I like this. I like this one. I'm just going to move NVIDIA ahead of Google. And yeah, let's do it this way because Google and Microsoft, I'm not sure how much opportunity is left in there for the day. And cost is their swing, okay? And Tilray's a higher risk one. All right, so a little harder today because there's so many to pick from. Okay, but I think I'm going to lock it in here. Grill and Vicker are probably my top 2 favorite. Man, I'm just kicking myself about Vicker. Unbelievable. All right. So whatever. So we got Grill and Vicker. Let's look at the price targets on Grill. We didn't do the chart here. So Grill, wow, I really like that 128 pickup. I hope we're able to pick it up here. So where could this go? Not the best candles over here. Kind of crazy action. But I don't know. I don't know where it can go. Let's see if we can get back into the 140s or something like that. But Grill, I'm actually in this thinking it could be more of a swing rather than a day trade. So I want to be in that stock and now just wait to hear what we learn at 12 p.m. on our show evaluating Grill with our fundamental analyst. Look at Vicker. It's just keep going as the show's going on towards that $75 target. Unbelievable. All right. So Grill, Vicker, MSTR for possibly some surprise moves right at the open on the analyst. That TD Cowen coming in with 520, highly shorted. INVE, more of a swing or long-term entry here on that catalyst of the Thailand production facility opening. And NVIDIA, just continuation on NVIDIA, continuation on SMCI, Google, Microsoft, or Google, Microsoft. What more do you need to know? Costco, I like that for the longer-term swing. We covered that yesterday. Tilray, I like that to the gap, possibly at 230. Very, very high risk. And we're just going to be watching these other ones for maybe relative strength in the morning, whatever it is. ACLS on the silicon carbide news, a couple penny stocks here that could explode. Both of these could have explosive action today. Mace, though, I don't have a catalyst on Mace. It's just the price action, but something seems to be going on. Gamer does have a catalyst. So if you were going to play penny stock, I think Gamer, GMER, would be a better one to play. Wow, that's a lot. I hope gave you your own ranking. Don't just rely on me. This is our own ranking here. Grill, Vicker, MSTR, INVE, NVIDIA. And we'll take it from there. Good luck, everyone. We'll see you at 12 p.m. to cover Grill and Drio, CYH, and REL. Then we'll see you at 1 p.m. for a quick update. Then we'll see you at 4 p.m. Zoom. Have a great day. Very busy here today. Let's make some money.